Can an NP and a PA do the same job? Yes and no. The short answer is yes. The long answer is no. Okay. To me, this is where the horrible term mid-level came from. Is that the NP role and the PA role are very similar across the healthcare system. And many employers, many healthcare systems utilize the NP and a PA for the same job responsibility. As an NP, I could do the same job as a PA in most areas of the hospital system that I work for. So the qualifications to perform the job leading up to that role are roughly the same. But there are huge differences between the nurse practitioner and the PA role. And that might be in an entirely separate video. I'll take, for instance, in the ICU where I work as an acute care nurse practitioner, we have NPs and PAs performing the same exact duties. We can do exactly the same things. We are licensed, we are credentialed to do all the same things. But I am an acute care nurse practitioner, so that is within my scope of practice. Now, if we were to talk about the NP versus the PA working in a primary care office, I can't work in primary care because I am an adult nurse practitioner, an adult acute care nurse practitioner. I am not licensed, I am not trained, I am not educated to work with the pediatric population. I have not been educated and trained across the lifespan. I have only been educated and trained for the acutely ill in the adult population. So that's the caveat for most other answers, is that the PA role is treated mostly like a general practitioner training, trying to find the words. And that means that every PA goes through the same program. They start on day one and they finish on whatever day, and they both attain the same education and training. At the very end of their schooling, I think in the last year or the last semester or last several semesters, they have the option to specialize or to branch out into a specialty area of their choice. Some PAs choose surgery, others choose to go into a specialty like nephrology or urology or cardiology, while others will stay within the primary care specialty area. They want to work in a primary care office, or they want to work in a ER or a clinic. So they stay within that role, or they don't specialize. They do their clinical rotations within whatever setting they're interested in. If someone is interested in going into the ED, they do clinical rotations in the ED, and so on and so on. Nurse practitioners are very specialized. We are segmented. We are very focused in a short genre. You choose FNP, then you stay in the primary care arena, and you don't treat the acutely ill for the most part. You have to choose primary care FNP versus the acute care role, and then it's delineated farther into the FNP role, or if you want to do adult, then it can be delineated into more specialty, a finer specialty. You can do psychiatry, you can do neonatal. So there's confusing differences in the NP versus the PA role. And that's the very abbreviated version. You need to do your research and you need to do your homework, and I would highly suggest job shadowing if you're interested in deciding between the two roles. Each position is attained in a very different path. I was a nurse, I was a bedside nurse before I became an NP. That is sort of a prereq in order to become an NP, is that you have to become a nurse. You have to get the RN license, and you can do that however you choose, and then go back and obtain your NP certification. To my knowledge, the PA role is mostly master's prepared. They get a master's in physician assistant. I believe there are doctorate programs out there, but I don't know enough information. If you have any information, please drop it in the comments. The NP role is transitioning from master's prepared to doctoral prepared. So the terminal degree for a nurse practitioner is going to be a doctorate. A doctorate in nursing practice, which is the DNP, or you have some options to attain your PhD if you choose, which is non-clinical. All that being said, the answer to the question is 90% of the time an NP and a PA can perform the same job role.